Yesterday I said that today I was going to explain a whole bunch of stuff, and a lot of stuff happened in the last 2 weeks. And I'd be sitting here for a very long time if I explained it all in detail, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give you like the cliff notes. So, some stuff happened that I don't want to talk about, but it led to. Let's just start at the beginning. So, Courtney and I started talking again, and then she came to my birthday, and we had my birthday, and if you were watching the vlogs, you saw all that, and if you weren't, well, you probably saw something on Instagram or Facebook, and so that went well, and then she left, and a week later, well, actually, while she was here, she decided that she was going to move close to here, because she wanted to try to get a job, because she was living at her mom's, and she didn't want to live there anymore, because there's no job opportunities. So I was like, well, come up here and I'll try to help you find a job, and then we can try to help you find a place. So she got a whole bunch of calls back for interviews, and she came back here because she didn't know if she was going to get a job or not. And within, I would say, a day or two, she found out that she got a job. So she started training, and she's working now, and we just decided that it would be easier for her to live here because the price of living in town is way too high, and she can't afford it right now, and plus we could use her help because I'm not working, so we're living on Shawna's income, which is like, I don't want to say it's fine because it's not fine, but we're doing fine. Like, we're not poor, we're fed, the bills are paid, we're like staying ahead, but we don't have a savings. So for Courtney to come here, she saves, we save, and we want to buy a house. So that's not happening anytime soon, but things that happened last week led to that decision, and we wanted to stay here for like a long time. I wanted to stay here like 3, 4, 5, however many years, because I absolutely love the property. I love the house. Like, I mean, it's not the most perfect house ever, but it's better than anything I've ever had, and it really feels like home, and I love it. But it's not home, you know? We're renting, we don't own it, there's no real security in it, we're not investing towards anything, we're just living day by day and paying to live day by day, but there's no end result. There's no, you pay your rent for however many years and then you eventually own it. It's not that. So we just decided that we don't want to waste too much time, because, you know, it's like $10,000 a year in rent plus utilities and everything else. And although you do get to see something for it, because, I mean, you get to live here every day, you don't get that end result that we're looking for. So I'm not saying that we're moving like this year, but definitely we want to next year. So that's what we're working towards. I'm also working towards working, and it's hard. It's so hard, and I don't want to sit here and sound all like complainy and preachy or whatever else, whatever you think that I'm like trying to say. It's really difficult to explain to someone who doesn't suffer from an anxiety disorder or depression, you know? I deal with those things, and I'm not medicated, and then people will say, well, medicate yourself. No, because that like melts my brain and makes me puke and have the shits all the time, and it just makes things worse. So I don't even want to go down that road. I am trying my absolute best. I'm taking care of the house. I'm doing the dishes, the laundry, the floors, taking care of the dogs, making sure everything around here is as good as it can get. So that when my women come home, Courtney and Shawna, I should have said Shawna first, but it's okay. Everybody knows I love Courtney. No. I love her as a friend, but no. I'm doing everything I can around here to make sure that everything gets done so that when they get home, they don't have to do anything, and it works very well. They come home, and sometimes Shawna will make supper because she likes to, but sometimes I make supper because I also like to. It really depends on what we're feeling, but this situation is really working out for us, and I want to get a job because I want independence and I want to fight through this anxiety, and it scares the crap out of me to push my comfort zone because I got this far and I'm so scared that one little push will like make it all crumble. I've had like a really good year. I do have hiccups here and there, and I do deal with suicidal thoughts and I do deal with depression, but I haven't dealt with depression in over a year, but I have like depressive episodes that last a couple hours, maybe 1 or 2 days, and then I'm back to normal. I'm back to my health. I'm back to my happy, like upbeat self. Some people say, well, are you bipolar? It's actually kind of funny because when I was either, I don't know if I was 11 or 12, I was diagnosed as bipolar, but that was before I was ever out as trans, and I was dealing with a lot of stuff. I was also misdiagnosed at the age of, it was either 8 or 9, because I was in grade 3 with ADD, and I was on Ritalin for 4 years, and it like completely ruined me, and then they realized that I don't even have ADD. I don't really trust every doctor's diagnosis because I feel like it is kind of a guessing game when it comes to mental health, and I really don't feel that I'm bipolar. I do have some bipolar tendencies, but I'm not manic. Like when I'm happy, I'm just happy, but like it's not like I'm happy and I'm like disregarding like things that matter. I'm not like putting myself or anybody else in danger, and I don't have cycles. Like I've looked it all up, and there are some things that like they do make sense for me to be bipolar, but it's not all there, and the consistency isn't. And it bothers me to have labels, because you know, soon as somebody thinks or knows that you're bipolar, then they see you differently. At least that's how I feel. If I am truly bipolar, then yeah, whatever, but I just feel that I'm not. And a lot of my doctors have also said that they don't agree with that diagnosis either. And because of the whole, like, going through the Ritalin thing with the ADD and not having it, it just, you know, I don't think I'm bipolar. I think I deal with general anxiety. Okay, so the things that I do know are that I deal with general and social anxiety, and I do have depression, and I don't think I even have seasonal depression. My mom used to think I did, because when I was in school, it seemed like around October I was like the most depressed and anxious, but I'm not in school anymore, and October isn't a bad time for me. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to explain my brain to you guys, because I have a hard enough time explaining it to myself. It's just, I'm trying very hard. And I think Courtney being here is going to be a huge help for us, both because I need a friend. I'm here a lot alone. Right now I'm alone anyway, because she's doing training at her new job, and she's gone from 4 to 8 every day, but she's also gone before 4 because she doesn't drive, so she gets a drive to work with Shawna in the morning, and like waits at Tim's or the library every day. So I am alone anyway, but in the future she's gonna have a different schedule, and I'm gonna be seeing her more, and it just feels good to have a friend and to have Shawna, and not for it to just be me and Shawna all the time. Not that I don't like that, because I love that, but here I don't have my family anymore. I'm used to just like going to my mom's house and my brother and my sister being there, and obviously my mom and my stepdad and Coda and Meme and Pepe and Miley, and you know, like my whole life is not here. Well, it is here now, but my whole life up until moving here is all back there, and it gets lonely sometimes, so it's good to have a friend. And I mean, we have Noah, Jake, and Jesse too, so that's good. But what I'm trying to say is, I think better things are coming, and I think that the universe has a way of not letting you settle, because I was ready to settle here for like 4 or 5 years, like I just said, and now we're not going to be doing that. I'm going to enjoy my time that I'm here while I'm here, but as soon as we can get out, we're getting out. And I don't know if that's going to be a couple months. I don't know if it's going to be a year, but I know that it won't be 2 years. I know that it'll be between now and next spring sometime. So I don't know what it'll be. I really don't want to rent again, so I gotta figure out a way to get some cash flow, and YouTube isn't it, I don't think. Look at my numbers. Wow. It's funny because I talk about it like it bothers me, because it does. It bothers me a little bit because it was a dream that I had and that I wished and wished and wished that would come true, and all I did was realize that all along all these people were just watching me because they thought I was going to watch them, or because I was watching them. And now that that's all gone, you really see who cares, and it still matters to me, you know, like 15, 20 people caring about me and wanting to know what I'm up to and being entertained by what I have to say and what I do. That does matter to me, and I will never, ever, ever take that for granted. But at the same time, it sucks that I put like almost 4 years into this channel so far, and I've tried so many different things, and it just wasn't good enough for like mass viewership. But we're not doing that anymore, you know. I try really hard not to focus on that, and that's why there's not a whole lot of dialogue in my vlogs anymore. It's because I don't feel like I need to talk to anyone, because I feel like there's not very many people there, if that makes any sense. I just kind of want to live my life and show it for me. But I do want to involve the audience too at the same time. So it's like, it's difficult for me to balance, because it's like I'm either talking a lot like this or like I'm not, and there's a lot of music and stuff. I just hope that if you're here and you're watching, you're enjoying the mess that it is, because, you know, it's just my life. Zeke walks a lot, and it's really, really loud. Lay down. Lay down. Anyway, this was like a 10-12 minute video, and I just wanted to explain everything to you, so now you know. And we're gonna have a lot of fun videos this summer, and if you want to watch them, you can watch them, and if you don't, well, you don't. Life is strange. It's always changing, and the way that I feel about YouTube has changed a lot. The way I feel about social media has changed a lot, but we'll save that for another day. I just want you to know that I'm happy and I'm doing well. My dogs are funny. I'm doing well today is what I'm trying to say. You know, every day is different. Most days are good. I do have bad days though, because, you know, I'm human and I have emotions and my feelings get hurt, and I have a really soft heart and stuff and things. But just thank you for being here. Thank you for being a friend, and I really appreciate everything, and I'll see you in the next one.